Welcome to 30 Days of Gratitude, Day 27. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Shauna, and I'll be guiding you through today's meditation. Before we begin, please find a comfortable seat. This can be anywhere, a chair, your floor, with your back against your wall, resting, on your couch, on your bed, in your car, anywhere. Once you have found that comfortable seat, please sit tall. Roll your shoulders down your back and gently close your eyes. Lift the crown of your head all the way toward the sky and root down through your sit bones. Allow your spine to get as long and tall as it possibly can. And then use your core muscles to stabilize and strengthen the spine so your whole back can relax. Allow your shoulders to melt down away from your ears. Allow your arms to hang heavy at your sides. Allow your palms to rest on your thighs or your knees or your armrests. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Take another longer, deeper inhale through the nose. Exhale, force all of the air out of your lungs. Try to find empty. And then take your longest, deepest, largest inhale yet. Try to find your max capacity. Invite as much air as you can into your lungs. Pause when you reach the top. And then forcibly exhale all of the air out of your lungs. Re-engage through your core. Visualize your spine lengthening as your head reaches toward the ceiling. Lift your chin so it's parallel with the ground beneath it. And relax as you focus on the gentle sound of your breath moving effortlessly in and out through your lungs. For today's meditation, we're going to focus our gratitude toward stories. Perhaps a particular story will come to mind, but until then, let's think about all of the different types of stories that we have heard in our life. Now, we hear a lot of stories, whether we are referring to children's books, or movies, or television series, or songs and the stories that those portray. But we also might be referring to family stories, ancestral stories, stories that took place long before we were born. Perhaps a specific story is coming to mind. Take this opportunity to think about some of your favorite stories. They can be fiction or nonfiction. You do not have to have first-hand knowledge of this story. You may or may not be able to relate to this story, but maybe this story has moved you by teaching you things, giving you examples of a very important lesson that you value learning. Once you have identified your specific story of choice, take a deep inhale and try to visualize as much of that story as you can. Perhaps it's a memory of your own. Perhaps you've only heard it told. Perhaps you've seen it on a screen. Try to visualize that story unfolding. Imagine being the main character of that story. Again, you may have been the main character of that story, or perhaps you can only imagine. Visualize how that main character is seeing the world unfold as they are living through that story. I'd like to ask you to think about why you chose that specific story. Is it because it's a motivational story that inspires you? Or did it teach you a lesson that perhaps you already learned, or you're fortunate you didn't have to learn from your own firsthand experience? Stories are such a powerful way to translate information, to give us examples, to allow us to imagine and pretend being through a scenario that we have not been in. Well-told stories have the power to make us excited and amazed and awestruck at the potential of things that we have not imagined ourselves. Sometimes we can use stories to get lost in an imaginary world so that we can take an escape or a break from our own reality. Imagine who you might share this story with. Perhaps if it's something that happened to you, did it happen to you alone? Or have you shared this story many times before? If it is a fictional story of screen, can you think about some of the people that you've shared in the experience of watching that story unfold with? If it's a story that you were only told, have you shared it again with others? As hearsay, but nonetheless, spreading the tale. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Identify the emotion that most resonates with you when you think of that specific story. Take a big inhale through your nose. Allow yourself to be immersed in that emotion. Allow that emotion to fill you from floor to ceiling. And exhale to share and let go of that emotion. begin to bring awareness back to your body and the room that surrounds you. Gently blink your eyes open. I encourage you to take this opportunity to journal. If it's a story that happened to you, it might be very worthwhile to recount as much of it in detail as you can in writing in case specific items fall from your memory as time moves on. If it's a fictional story that you partook in with other friends, perhaps send them a letter or a Facebook message or a text saying, "Remember when? That was great." Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, but until then, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.